intern in what was previously known as FAD, or Financial Advisory Development. As of recently, we have been redesignated as Branson Region Development, or BRD. Up there on the ninth floor, we did some pretty serious things. One of the main projects or assignments that I worked on and was privileged enough to give a contribution to was the Regional Leader as well as the Performance Leader website. And essentially, my task was to take it and do major construction and rearrange it with it. Some of the past issues with the previous website was that it was cluttered, unorganized, not very easy to use, not very easy to navigate. Unless you knew exactly where something was that you were coming to look for, you may or may not be able to find it. And even if you did know what you was coming to look for, you still may not be able to find it. So there were a lot of, for lack of a better word, issues or complaints with the previous website. So we took it, made it bigger, better, faster, stronger. This right here is a slide of the previous website. Take maybe a second or two to kind of look around, get a good idea of what the website was like. Maybe you can see why it was somewhat cluttered as you see so many different resources. Going into the next slide, save this image in your head. Here's the new one. So with the new website, what we did was we reorganized everything and put it in a tabular format. There's actually 5 main objectives that come from a growth client server pyramid that I'm going to show you in the next slide. But just to spend another couple of seconds on this, essentially everything, all of the links from the previous website have been taken and brought to this new website. Here is the growth client server pyramid. It's a blue, very interesting pyramid that was designed by an area leader a little over a year ago, Jody Evans, who used this very successfully in his region as a regional leader, and then brought it to home office with him when he was called in to become an area leader. Since then, it's taken widespread, like I said, a little over a year ago. The 5 objectives on this pyramid: growth, health, climate, leadership development, and leading by example, are the 5 main objectives of the new website. So all of the tabs consist of these same 5 objectives. The only tab that we added that is not part of the objectives that was still necessary and detrimental to the new website is meeting and general information, which will include, as it most accurately describes, meetings and general information, including fall, summer, and spring regional meetings, as well as BOA regional meetings, and any other pertinent information that Jones Associates may be looking for. One of the major improvements that we got to add in for this site was we got to add and centralize links and tools that were never on the original Regional No Performance Leader website to start with, such as the success factors, also the progressive competency model. Neither of these were ever on the website, and by centralizing these tools, we're making this a much more effective tool and website for the regional and performance leaders to use. Maybe now they give it a look. Going on into one of the next assignment was I got to put together a compilation of information in regards to the upcoming diversification trip. Essentially what we did is we took all of the segment 3s in the firm, meeting and exceeding, and put them on their spreadsheet showing their progression towards qualifying for the upcoming DIV trip. There are 3 stipulations that must be met in order to qualify for this DIV trip. They are: you must have over 108,000 points, you must be meeting, or rather you must have achieved 4 out of 8 categories, and also you must be either meeting or exceeding performance level settings. So what we did was we highlighted all 3 of these stipulations so that it's easy to see, easy to recognize. And as a segment 3 support specialist, you can now look at this information very quickly, very easily to identify which of the segment 3 FAs are close to qualifying for the upcoming DIV trip. So we thought it would be extremely beneficial if we emailed all this information out to the segment 3 support specialists, which we have, so that they can use this as a motivational tool. Also, we've been able to catch over 60 positive feedback responses from segment 3 support specialists in regards to this information. To quote some of them, they've even said that they've had the BOA contact the segment 3 FAs that are out in the field, set up meetings, set up over the phone meetings. And they've been able to use this information as a really great motivational tool, as a tool to inspire FAs to increase performance levels and qualify for what very well may be their first diversification trip. To go into the last assignment, as some of my colleagues mentioned earlier, as the year comes forward in January 1, we will go ahead and implement the new level system, which is T12, professional practice levels, professional practice management models. There are several different names for this plan, but in January we will start to implement the system. Now, eventually, 3 criteria will be important to the role. That is gross commissions, new assets, as well as new households. But come January 1, only gross commissions will have the most benefit. So what would happen if we took all of the FAs within the firm and placed them in a level today based off of this gross commission? Because that is what's going to happen in January. What if we was to take a snapshot of what that could look like now? Well, this is what it would look like. We took all of the FAs in any one area, placed them in a level based purely off of the gross commission, and then put it down on a very simple, very easy to understand spreadsheet. Now I, as a regional leader, because we did forward this information out to all of the regional leaders, I can now look at this information very quickly, identify that I have 1 FA in level 10, 1 FA in level 9, 1 in 8, and so on and so forth. I can see all of the FAs in my region and which level they are. Then we took it one step further, and we did this for all of the regions in any one area. So now I, as a regional leader, can look at all of the FAs and all of the regions in my area and see where we stand as far as the levels go. From this information, I can very easily identify that I have 65 FAs in level 4, which means to me that this is where we're going to need most support at. That's a trending, most highly populated level as far as these FAs go. We forwarded this to all of the area leaders as well as the regional leaders, and it's been very useful and beneficial to them. We've gotten loads and loads of positive feedback. This concludes pretty much all of the assignments. There were a few other things that I had the opportunity to work on, but those were the 3 that I became most passionate, most concerned about. To very, very briefly recap over my assignments over the summer, the Regional Leader and Performance Leader website, I was very happy to get that opportunity. I had the opportunity to contact performance leaders, ask them their thoughts, their perspectives, get their points of views. I had the opportunity to email my works to regional leaders, get feedback and input, understand how they put things together. And most importantly, I got the chance to literally sit down and have face-to-face meetings with area leaders and understand their conceptual thoughts on how they put things together and how they get things done on a day-to-day basis. So I was happy to get that opportunity. Also with the Div Trip update, I felt a sense of pride to be able to directly impact the way the Segment 3 support specialists contact Segment 3 FAs and motivate them to increase performance levels. I felt really good to be part of the team, as all of us here in Home Office are, part of the team that helps increase the way that our FAs achieve out there in the field. Lastly, with the area leaders and the regional leaders and the practice levels, I felt extremely privileged to be able to have the opportunity to present area leaders as well as regional leaders with information that they are not yet aware of in regards to their own area or region. This has all been an extremely, extremely beneficial, detrimental part of my life. I am, as I mentioned earlier, an aspiring